Have you been in therapy?
Yeah.
Are you in therapy? Do you have any mental health diagnoses? If so, list them. Shit. How many different therapists have you had if you've been to therapy? I'm trying to think what else. Are you on any medications? List them. So that's a few.
Those are good ones.
I like it.
Yeah, but do you realize how insane that would be to like, I feel like if you were just on a date with a girl that you met on a dating app to just ask those questions, you can't get away with it. I don't think you could get away with it. Maybe, I don't know.
Got to go through a cabinet in her house.
You got to organically and just be like, so, where are you coming from? Therapy? Who here's in therapy? You're in therapy? Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in therapy for?
Oh, years.
Years? How many different therapists have you had?
Jesus Christ.
Only a couple, but
only a couple.
one of them was because she got pregnant, so I couldn't go to her anymore. The other one was because she wasn't helping. There's different therapists do different things, and she was
The roster of therapists.
I did have a roster of therapists. She wasn't what I necessarily needed, so I moved to somebody else, and I've had him for like 2 years now.
Gotcha.
I had a therapist try to hook up with me when I was younger, and he
Whoa.
lost his business.
When you say younger, you mean?
I was 18, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still wrong, even if you're an adult.
Yeah.
Because it's like a ethical thing. You're
More
That's like-
PTSD added to it.
because you're
paying him.
vulnerable with your therapist. So
It's illegal.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
pretty
like
sure.
I think they can definitely get in trouble for it. Like lose their
Did
license.
he lose his business
Yeah, he
because
did.
of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
good.
Damn.
Got it.
Good.
Thirsty
good.
therapist.
Yeah. Nice.
Thirsty therapist.
I think therapy is good though. It gets sometimes a bad rec because it's like, oh, why are you in therapy? But if you're using it correctly, then I feel like
What do you go for?
I just go to chat.
That's not the right reason.
Okay, well, I have ADHD and I have like trauma from my past abusive relationship as well
Yeah.
as like my parents.
How did
They're
you abuse him?
great.
What did you do?
He abused me. I mean, I definitely got like.
What did you do though?
What did I do?
Did you do anything? I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
you
I feel
didn't.
like there gets a point when you're in an abusive relationship where you kind of like become a product of your environment, and you know, you fight back a little bit. You become toxic as well, and
Yeah.
I had to like unlearn those traits, and I think I've succeeded.
I'll share a little bit of an anecdote on this. Now, I've had a couple long-term relationships, and almost every single girl I've dated, nothing bad to say about them. Great women, great girls, don't have anything bad. Sometimes things don't work out. However, there was one girl, and I'm pretty sure she had borderline personality disorder. And I don't know if anybody can relate to this. All my other relationships, super low conflict, super low friction. But that particular relationship, maybe somebody in the chat can relate. She was toxic, okay? And I would get upset. I would get upset, you know? She to the point where I'm like, you're driving me crazy here. What are you doing? And you know, there were a few times I'd raise my voice. Never, you know, nothing more than that. But I don't know if anyone can relate to that, where it's like this person is causing so much conflict. In all your other relationships, you've never been like that. You've never been like that after the toxic relationship. But in that one thing, sometimes a man or a woman can draw that shit out of you.
Yes.
I don't know. Can anyone relate to that? I don't know.
Yes.
Self-sabotaging type thing.
I wouldn't
Am I-
date no one mentally
I don't think
ill.
it's self-sabotaging.
That's mentally ill work.
Yeah.
They don't need to be in a relationship at all. I think they need help.
I think people with BPD need like a lot of validation, and they feel
they need
insecure.
help.
Like some girls will like self like sabotage to like test you to like be like, would you stay through all this?
Or I
Yeah.
think if they're depressed, they might just be self-sabotaging and not knowing it too.
But that's not healthy.
One of the, I feel like, gnarliest things about BPD, it seems like, is that accountability and taking ownership of what's going on with you is one of the best and only ways to kind of work through some of the things. But it also is the toughest thing because you have such a fragile sense of self, and you have such a fragile, you just don't have an innate sense of like general safety or like general, I don't know, cohesiveness with reality. But I haven't experienced it in relationships, but I've experienced like in a romantic relationship, but other relationships I've experienced people where they're just so crazy, you feel like you're going crazy.
You can't even
And
be friends with them.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
a
they're
yeller,
exhausting.
but like you make no sense, dude. And like if we can't even talk about
You become a
Why
product
did
of your
you
environment.
leave me? Why'd
Yeah.
you leave me? Why didn't you text me? What's the
Yeah.
matter with you?
it's just nuts. It's just
It's
I
been
don't know.
12 hours.
Grow up.
Yeah, grow up.
Yeah.
Get some balls.
Yeah,
Go to
straight
therapy.
up.
Yeah,
Get
go
real.
to therapy. Therapy is cool. That's
Yeah.
it. Just go to therapy.
Therapy's cool. Get your mental
Therapy's
illness on somewhere.
Brian, have you been in therapy?
Have I been in therapy?
Yeah.
Trying to think. I had a grandparent die. No, actually, I didn't. Not for that. When I was in, I think my senior year of high school, I started getting panic attacks, and I saw a therapist specifically to treat that. I saw him for 2 or 3 months. He gave me tools to be able to help with that. Stopped having panic attacks. So yeah, that was pretty much it though. One time. Yeah. But like talk therapy where I'm just like, oh my God, my life is miserable. No. It was just like, oh shit, panic attacks, what's going on? So
I mean, that's not how talk therapy is. I mean, for some people maybe, but
Mary, can you open the door, please? Who here is on any medications?
An inhaler.
Only medically.
Inhaler?
Yeah.
Can you abuse an inhaler?
Yes, I found
Like,
that
does it
out.
get you high or
No, just it can be bad for you if you use
Okay.
it too many times.
any medications?
medically only?
What does
What
that
do you mean
mean?
medically?
What is
I
that?
had a thyroid infection, so I have to take antibiotics for it, and it's in my bag right now. So I hope I don't forget to take it.
I'm on Adderall.
Adderall?
Yeah.
me too.
Adderall? Okay. Good times. Further disagreements. Brianna, you wrote that. Wait, hold on. Where the heck is it? Oh my God. You disagree in some ways, especially when it comes to belittling women. Okay, let's explore that. What are your thoughts there? How do I belittle women, et cetera, et cetera?
So, most parts I really do stand and agree with you on due to the way that I was raised in my beliefs that also do lean a lot more conservative. But some women are in the position from a young age where it's very hard for them to support themselves financially. And I guess in that realm of things, I do kind of not support, but understand maybe being in the OnlyFans or sex worker industry because, I mean, again, you can always go and get a normal, not to say that it's not a normal job, but like more so of a normal job. But a lot of people don't have maybe the knowledge or the access to be able to do so in some way, shape, or form. A lot of it is by choice, but I feel as though I kind of stand with the side of it that doesn't really have as much of a choice, if what I'm saying makes sense.
Are you saying like you're sold into it?
No, not at all. Just like maybe schooling and college isn't as accessible to a lot of people.
I don't know.
and,
You
like-
could just work at McDonald's.
I
You
was
don't
gonna
gotta
say,
sell your pussy
I-
online.
McDonald's is hiring.
I feel like
I
that's
don't know.
I think that's an accountability
But
thing
also,
that no
like-
one
$20 an hour
has.
in California, by the way.
I disagree.
$20 an hour.
I started because I was trying to pay for my school because I was working at Subway, but I was working 40-hour weeks and I didn't have time to study or go to class. I was so exhausted. So I got into the industry because
That's when you get a
I
loan.
wanted.
I'm not gonna
I
get a
don't-
loan
You
for
can always
school.
get a loan. I had to get my own loans, and I couldn't qualify for everything.
Didn't like one of the presidents wipe out student loans?
Yeah.
Or somebody?
No, I wish. I'm still paying.
I think
Little bit.
Biden
Didn't
tried
make it.
to
he
Yeah.
wanted to. He
something
did
or
not. I promise you.
I think it got challenged
little
in the
bit,
court.
yeah.
Maybe I don't recall the details, but okay. So you understand why some women go to OnlyFans for financial or economic reasons. But
100%.
what specifically? Because you mentioned belittling. What would you say is an example of a time I belittled a woman?
I've seen clips here and there off the top of my head. In full honesty, I can't give you a response, but I feel like there have been some times where you've disregarded somebody's reasoning for doing so,
For doing OnlyFans.
or any type of sex work. Yeah.
Okay.
again, although
Sure.
I really don't necessarily agree with that whole industry as a whole, I feel like some people have different reasons for doing so. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if I typically belittle. Maybe I have, though. I don't know, but I'm not asking for a verbatim quote, but is there something like that in your memory that you could point to and be like, Brian, this one time you called a chick a whore or something like, I don't know, something like that.
let me think.
I mean, I would say that.
Can I play off of that?
You call yourself one. Same.
Do you think that it's like less morally wrong if a woman does OnlyFans based on the reason why she does it?
Feels
Yeah.
very demoralizing to a woman.
Just wondering.
Is it less wrong?
In your opinion?
Is it less morally wrong based on the reason? But, look, there's a lot of opportunity in the United States. You can work. Look, it might not be a glamorous job, but there's plenty of jobs. And honestly, if you're an attractive woman, even you can do things outside of sex work and even use your pretty privilege. A lot of women will get into like medical sales, and you can get into something even without a college education and still make a good income and enough money to survive. I don't know if it's actually the case in the United States that any woman has to do sex work. Like, I understand it's appealing in the sense that some women can make a lot of money doing it, but I don't know if it's actually true that any woman in the United States has to turn to sex work for purely financial reasons.
What about like a mom that has like 2 under 5 at home and has no support system?
and no time to take care of
The
that.
government
time
is
to
a
work,
support
she take care of
system.
Yeah,
But does
I have a
welfare
kid.
pay enough to support a family of 3?
I have a kid, and when I was a bartender, I was on food stamps, and I had everything good. I didn't have to really pay for anything. They paid for my insurance, food in my fridge, and by paper, I was, single mother. And, I was still living with my baby daddy at the time, but they paid for everything, and I still had a job, and I was making $5,000 a month. And OnlyFans was a choice. It's a choice.
I guess I
It is a
didn't
choice.
really consider like the government help aspects of
Yeah,
that.
you
Not
whole
just government help,
situation.
but even religious institutions. A lot of churches have a lot of different programs that they run through that can be like,
Yeah, they
help
handed out
subsidize
free
as well.
diapers. I would get a box of diapers every month
But
from the church,
what
from
about-
everyone else.
What about
food pantries? They gave me food, wipes, diapers, everything you really needed. It's just handed to you.
what if she doesn't want things handed to her?
Well, then that's her.
Then she doesn't have to.
She's
then
an
she's making a
idiot.
choice.
Yeah.
Just
She's an
like with your
idiot.
school, respectfully, you didn't have to do sex work. You just didn't have to go to school. And sometimes
You didn't have to open your legs to have a kid either.
But yeah, it
You
just
know.
and I will say, I think one of the issues is that people automatically equate behavior with moral value or worth of the individual. So like I will look you in the face and say, I probably wouldn't call you a hoe because I don't think that that's a permanent state. I hope it's not a permanent state. Maybe it is a permanent state. Maybe you die and I call you a hoe then, but you're doing hoe shit.
Yes,
and I will say
obviously.
like,
And that's accountability.
I think that like hoe shit is difficult both for the individual engaging in it. And I don't think anyone would say, hey, it's all peaches and cream. I think that some of the damage or the difficulty extends deeper than some people are willing to admit. Both between one, you're essentially creating a separate identity. You become a performer. And that kind of shit on your psyche, especially when you're going into a separate and essentially disassociating. And you could say, oh, no, this is just me. But no, in order to be successful, you have to create an alter ego or, some kind of character, because if you're just your normal person self, no one's going to tune in for the most part. And you're disassociating into that character during one of the most intimate acts that people can engage together. I think that over time, that can fuck with you. I think that a lot of women, either get into it because they think that other people other people objectify me or are going to objectify me, so I'm going to objectify myself first, and that way I have control over the situation. Some people might think, oh, it's all fun and games, I love sex, it'll be cool, whatever. But I think that there does come a time in everyone's life, with the exception of maybe like a handful, like truly minute numbers, that this shit's gonna have an impact, and you're gonna be sitting at one day, and that breaks my heart for anyone that's going through that. Because I think that some people go through not knowing, some people go through willfully knowing and not caring. But it makes me sad. I don't think that it makes you a bad person. I just think that it's sad to see someone put themselves in a bad position.
But what if it helps people get
I do
out
have
of a
to
bad
move on
position?
to the